between Canberra and Western Red, South Queensland and Illawarra, Parramatta and Auckland, Sydney City and Gold Coast, and Newcastle and South Sydney. As the match is underway now, as Barcaldine, Longreach at least kick off. Barcaldine come up with it now in the form of Noel Bashford, and Bashford is brought down 22 metres out from his own line. Gets up and plays the ball now. Power gets the pass away to Roth. Matthews goes across field and is met there by 4 Longreach defenders who drive him back. Plenty of rivalry in the early stages of this game. No love lost between these two sides. I think it's pretty well known. And it goes to Power. They swing to the left. It goes away to Shrag. Shrag gets it away now to Greg Jash. He pops the pass. They keep it going. Barcaldine not making a lot of ground forward as Mick Hayward has it now. He makes a bit of a burst and he's wrapped up about 30 metres out from his own line right in centre field. Gets up and plays the ball. It goes to Power. Power away now to David Bidoff. And Bidoff's wrapped up there right in centre field once again, nudging towards halfway, about 40 metres out from his own line. Play the ball. It's Power connecting half once again to the halfback Shrag. Puts the kick in across field. It's a big kick downfield taken there by Alistair Warren. He takes it about 30 out from his own line, comes upfield, makes a good break too, and is met there by the Barcaldine defence, Greg Jash in there as one of the tacklers. Gets up and plays the ball now. Bear with me now as they come towards me head on. Longreach coming up now on the Barcaldine defence. Meet them there about 40 metres out on this grandstand touchline. And there's the first penalty of the match. And that's for holding. One of the Barcaldine boys penalised for holding there. Penalty for Longreach. They'll kick the touch back in the early stages.
Well, this is, I guess, an advantage that Longreach will be looking for at the moment. Gives them a couple of metres that they don't have to fight for. And they only found, about 10 metres in that kick, but at least it's 10 metres they're not pushing so hard for.
That's right, Vic. They'll restart play now about 35 metres out from the line. And to restart play, here will be Mark Jackson, the hooker of the Longreach side. He takes the tap now. Out it goes. That could be Wayne Ballard there, heading up towards the play there. In fact, it was Troy Hayward. He'll get up and play the ball now. In an acting half there is Mark Jackson once again. They go to the left. They find numbers over on the touchline. With the ball now was Andrew Egan, and Egan's brought to ground about 25 metres out from the Barcaldine line. No score, 2 minutes in on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Longreach swing to the right now, looking for to offload. There was one of those Longreach players, and they're caught in centre field. Get up and play the ball about 30 metres out. It's Jackson once again. Jackson gets the pass away to Grant Searles, who started the game in jumper number 14. And Longreach now only 30 metres, making it about 25 metres out. They're scampering over the 20-metre line, still going Longreach now. Still no score on that board. They're right in front of the uprights.
Jackson absolutely hungry for a score this afternoon.
Certainly is. Here come Longreach now. Long pass out towards the winger. That's Simon Plumridge. He's got nowhere to go. Out it goes now to the 14. That's Grant Searles. They've lost ground. In fact, they've lost the ball. Oh, it was picked up there by Shane Woods. He couldn't handle it either. There could be a knock on here, and a scrum will go down now. Scrum to go down about 30 metres out from the Barkey line.
If Shane Woods hadn't have dropped that ball and knocked it forward, that would have been a score for Barcaldine, because there was nobody home after that. It was a certain score.
Well, he looked like he picked it up all right and just couldn't handle it. Spilled the beans at the last minute, Shane Woods, and a scrum will go down now on this grandstand touchline, 30 metres out from the Barkey line. Longreach to feed this, the first scrum of the match. Jason Sievers to feed this scrum for Longreach.
Referee not happy at all with the way they're packing down at the moment.
Just a word on Jason Sievers. I believe he celebrated his 21st over the weekend. Comes from the coastline.
Might not be feeling too well today. Could have had a big party.
He could well have done.
There goes the Longreach side feeding the ball, and as you would expect, comes out Longreach way.
Usually the go these days is with Alistair Warren. Now he's scored right in centre field, about 30 metres out, wrapped up by 3 Barkey players there. Wayne Osborne, one of them. They spin it to the right now. Out it goes now with Sievers. Sievers gets the pass away, and it goes out now to Andrew Egan. They haven't made a lot of ground, and he's brought to ground right in centre field, still 30 metres out. Out it goes now. Longreach get the pass away. It's out there with Ballard, and he's wrapped up about 30 metres out, still making a lot of yards across field, but not too much up the middle. They need these forwards to run. Here they go. They spread it out to their back line now. It's with Alistair Warren once again. He spins, gets the pass away now, and a big tackle there too by the Barkey players. In there was Wayne Osborne. Longreach, they spin to the left now. Out it goes to one of the big front rowers. That's
Troy making a good run there.
Troy Hayward, that's right, big in jumper 10, playing in the headgear. In an acting half now is Mark Jackson. Jackson gets the pass away to Sievers. Sievers puts the kick in across field, and that's well taken there by the Barcaldine player in the form of the 5 there. That was Martin Bannon, and he may have penalised Longreach there for being offside, and they'll restart play. In fact, he took it on the fall in goal, hence the restart from the 20-metre line. That was the reason. So Barkey in possession now, about 25 metres out. It's Power in an acting half. They go to the left. Out it goes now to Shrag. Shrag gets it away to Matthews. Matthews gets the pass away to the guy. I was just talking about Bannon making a bit of a break up the flank. That's on the other side of the ground, the eastern side, and he's wrapped up now pretty much right on halfway on that far side of the ground. No score on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. 4.5 minutes in to the Moscow Trophy between Barcaldine and Longreach this afternoon. Barkey in possession once again to Shrag. They spin it to the left. Longreach come up with possession, and Longreach back in possession now, just into Barcaldine territory. They're about 45 metres out. Spinning the ball just a little too much there, Barky. Out it goes now with Wayne Ballard, the skipper of this Longreach side. He'll get up and play the ball. Out it goes now to one of them. And Graham Cross is wrapped up there about 40 metres out, right in centre field. Interacting half now is Jackson. They spin it to the left. They seem to be making a lot of yards here on the left. It's with Wayne Ballard now. Looked to offload, had nowhere to go and took the tackle. And he'll get up and play the ball about 35 metres out. It's Jackson once again. Out they go to the right this time, Longreach. It's with Sievers. Sievers got away from one. Still going Longreach. Here's a big bust up the middle. They're still going Longreach and wrapped up 10 metres out. Good run there from the Thompson Tigers. Interacting half now is Jackson. Jackson gets it away to Sievers. Sievers, got a pass away. Did well there. One of the back rowers. They still keep it moving. It's with Alistair Warren. And the ball goes out into touch and a scrum will go down there. They spread it just a little too much there, Vic, and went over the sideline.
Referee indicating a...
Thank you very much. And they'll restart 10 out from their own line. It goes out now to Mark Holton, and he's wrapped up there by the Longreach defence, 12 metres out from his own line. Had some flash scores in Winfield Cup very shortly when there is a break in play here. In the meantime, Barkey have it with Greg Jash now, and Greg Jash is wrapped up about 15 metres out. Gets up and plays the ball. Out it goes now. They spin it up to the 20-metre line, and he's wrapped up there by Danny Lawrence on this grandstand side of the field. They go to the open side now. Out it is with Harry Blucher. He heads towards the touchline and is wrapped up. Gets up and plays the ball. It goes to Power. Power gets the pass away to Strag. He says, let's get out of here. They get out of there all right. He puts it out on the full. Terrible mistake there, and a scrum will go down. And that's not good play there for kicking out from the full. Trying to get it out of that 20-metre line, out of their danger zone, which is fine. But just a little too keen with the kick, went out in the full.
Certainly a torrid affair already, Greg. There's certainly plenty of action on both sides. A couple of big boys in the Barcaldine side. They've certainly got a bit of weight behind them. When those scrums, it's obviously going to be an advantage to them. But here goes the play resuming again. A Barkey player leaving the field will come to Bert Borland very shortly to tidy that up for us. That is the fullback, in fact, Mark Holton. He's left the field. The replacement on very shortly. Bert will monitor that with you. Here's Longreach with the ball now. They're 20 metres out. They come to this open side once again. Bouncing off a tackle was Wayne Ballard. The ball was knocked down, in fact lost, but the knock back, and Longreach still come up with possession. With the ball now is Mark Jackson. Jackson gets the pass away to one of the big forwards there as they run towards me. Bear with me, I can't see these numbers as they run towards me. I'll still learn these players very shortly. In fact, that was Goodwin with the ball. Out it goes now with Jason Sievers, who's been very, very busy in the early stages of this game. He has the ball 11 metres out from the Barkey line, right in front of the posts. Out it goes now. They swing it to Danny Lawrence. Lawrence gets the pass away. Goes out there with, could be Plumridge out there. They're brought down only 5 metres out. Gets up and plays the ball. Longreach trying to go over. Danny Lawrence tries to go over. He's lost the ball. One of the Longreach players coming through, but that was knocked on. And they've blown a chance there. And this will come out to the 10-metre line where there could be a restart as we join Bert Borland on the touchline for BP Longreach.
Yeah, Greg, well, Longreach have had a fair bit of possession early in this game, and their patterns at this stage look to be working the ball centre field and looking for an overlap by the side, looking for the short side and trying to hit the short side. So far, Barcaldine have been able to nullify them, but it's certainly a fairly good game to watch so far, Greg.
Certainly is, Bert. No score on the Coca-Cola scoreboard, 8.5 minutes in. I see Mark Holton receiving some attention on the sideline. Who's on to replace him?
Tony Bashford, mate. Tony Bashford was a Barcaldine fullback for the grand final last year, and he's an excellent player, so Tony will look after that position, no problem at all, mate.
Okay, good on you, Bert. He's on in jumper number 17. Barkey have the ball now 20 metres out from their line. It goes with Power now. He goes to the left out. It goes now to Harry Blucher running across field. Or couldn't link up there with Osborne, who knocked it, went back and dived on by Martin Bannon. They lost ground there though, Barkey, and they have the ball about 15 metres out from their own line on the eastern side of the ground. Here's Tony Bashford, the replacement, only getting straight into the action, makes a good run too, and he's wrapped up about 22 metres out from the line. Out they go now to the halfback Strag. He puts the kick in once again. This doesn't go out in the full. It's quite a good kick, and racing back to grab that there will be Simon Plumridge. He takes it pretty much right on halfway. In fact, he's caught just on his side of halfway there. Gets up and plays the ball. It's with Alistair Warren now, and Warren's really going nowhere. Wrapped up by the Barkey defence right on halfway. Gets up and plays the ball out. It goes now to Jackson. Jackson got the pass away to Grant Searles, and Grant Searles just gets into Barkey territory. He's wrapped up about 45 out in their own line. Still no score on the Coca-Cola scoreboard, 9.5 minutes in. As Longreach are in possession now, it goes out now to Troy Hayward. Oh, he tried to get the pass away to the winger there in Plumridge. He couldn't handle it. Ball knocked on, scrum to go down, 40 out from the Barkey line. Both teams losing ball, Vic, at vital times.
Yes, Greg, it's, well, we haven't had no score as yet, and that's quite an indication of both sides really putting in some effort there. Nathan Schrag pretty good with the kick that time around. The first kick very, very unsuccessful. The second one gained them about 40 or 50 metres. They're in possession at the moment, feeding the scrum, and as you would expect, Barcaldine Barcaldine come up with it.
There's no doubt about you, Vic, when it comes to predicting scrums. I wish you could pick horse race winners for me. Scrums won all penalties, 1-0 to Barkey. The earlier game this afternoon, Barkey defeated Tambo 22-20 in the Blucher Shield. But Barkey have possession now right in centre field on halfway. We're 10 minutes into the game here. Some flash scores in Sydney as they come to hand. With the ball now is Ross Matthews for Barkey. He's wrapped up there right in centre field, probably the old cricket pitch area, but we're into winter sport now, and it's rugby league that counts this time of year. Out it goes now to Noel Bashford. Bashford's still going, and he's wrapped up there by two of the Longreach defenders, about 40 metres out. One of those tacklers in there was Andrew Egan. Out it goes now to Power. Power gets it away now to David Bidoff, and Bidoff's wrapped up on the last tackle. They're about 40 metres out. They go to the right now. It goes out now to the halfback once again in Trag. He puts the kick across, but it's well covered there by Alistair Warren. Takes it about 10 out from his own line. Tries to get away from one tackle, but he can't. He's wrapped up there about 20 metres out from the line. Gets up and plays the ball there right down that far end of the ground and head up towards us in the commentary position in the northwestern end of the ground. In an acting half now is Mark Jackson. Jackson goes to the right, finds one of the backline defenders, but hammered back in that tackle there by David Bidoff. Gets up and plays the ball. They spin to the right, goes away to Sievers once again. Sievers pops it away to Ballard. He's going nowhere, and he's wrapped up by 3 or 4 Barkey defenders there, right in centre field. Getting up and playing it with Jackson once again. They'll look for the kick. Longreach put the kick in, a big kick in downfield, but there to take it. In fact, he takes it very well indeed as Tony Bashford takes it 20 out from his own line, makes about 10 metres, got away from one tackle. In fact, he got away there from Aaron Roberts. Couldn't get away from a second tackle. He'll play it 30 out. Out it goes now. The ball with Joy Comiskey. And Comiskey's wrapped up there by 3 Longreach defenders. He'll get up and play it about 35 out from his own line. They go to the left. Out it goes now to Bannon. And Bannon can't find anybody. Goes on his own. The forward should be running these hard yards, and he has to take it in from himself, running in from his wing. They go to the left now. Out it goes in the form of Ross Matthews. And they're wrapped up there. Matthews is wrapped up on that far side of the ground, pretty much right on halfway, the eastern side of the ground. Still no score on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. 12 minutes in. Out it goes to Strang. Strang gets the pass away, linking up with it now, and he went without it, did Shane Woods. And is he going to play the knock on here? Yes, I think he will. And a scrum will go down pretty much right on halfway. This should be a loose hit and feed to Longreach.
Well, no score on the Coca-Cola scoreboard, Greg. We might take a 60-second break, and we'll come back with more of the action from the Barcaldine Showground right after this.
The Barcaldine Motel on the Landsborough Highway is now under new management. Mike and Andrea Lingard welcome all travellers to their friendly Western hospitality. They'll look after you and your car with full driveway service and quality Shell fuels and lubricants. The Barcaldine Motel has 11 ground-level air-conditioned units for clean, comfortable, affordable accommodation with great meals available. There's also in-house videos, a guest laundry, and fuel is available after hours. The Barcaldine Motel and Service Centre with takeaway hot food, icy cold drinks, sweets and sandwiches. For full driveway service and Shell card convenience, call into the Barcaldine Motel on the Landsborough Highway, Barcaldine. It's 4 after 4 as we take you back to the Barcaldine Showgrounds.
And welcome back. It's a beautiful afternoon for Rugby League, the first, the first real game of the year. And of course, this is the Moscow Trophy Challenge. Barcaldine, of course, the defending team here, and Longreach accepting the challenge very late in the week, as Bert told us earlier. And we've just seen time off signalled as we've got an injury on the ground there, Greg. Bert, can you tell us who that is?
Yeah, at the moment we've got Ross Matthews down with Troy Comiskey. Both were involved in a fairly heavy clash with one of the Longreach players. It looks like they're okay there now though, Vic.
Okay, thanks, Bert. Bert on the sideline right through the afternoon for the BP in Longreach. We're seeing the scrum packed down now, and Nathan Tragg about to feed it. It has gone in. The referee very unhappy with the way the scrum was screwing around there, so we're going to see Nathan feed it again. And Greg, I predict Barcaldine will win this scrum.
Yeah, you're probably right, Vic. I'll have some money on that. In fact, Longreach won the last one as it went to the break. They did knock it on, and another scrum has gone down. Now it comes out Barkey's way. Well done, Vic. Black with 2 older scrums now, and Barkey have possession. It's with Wayne Osborne now. Osborne tried to get the pass away, and he's wrapped up 30 out from his own line. Gets up and plays the ball now. Terry Blucher in an acting half. Out it goes to Shane Woods. Woods can't get away from the Longreach defence. Wrapped up by his opposite number there in the form of Roberts, but he did get the pass away. And Barkey will get up and play the ball now about 35 out from their own line. Still no score on the Coca-Cola scoreboard in the Moscow Trophy here. 14 minutes in to the first half, and Longreach drive Barkey back there. Mick Hayward driven back in that tackle. He'll get up and play the ball about 30 out. It looked like they're going to kick there for a moment. It went out to Greg Jash, who knocked it on, and one of the Longreach guys, I think it's Wayne Ballard, that dies on the ball. He'll get up and play it now, about 40 metres out from the Barkey line. They come towards the open side now, and they're going nowhere, wrapped up in the tackle there, and the Barkey defence all over the Longreach player there. Out it goes to Jackson. Jackson gets the pass away to one of the forwards there. Chipping back in that tackle, smothered in fact. by the 13, the lock forward in the form of Ross Matthews. Out it goes now. Oh, Jackson there tried to duck under a tackle.
Big tackle there.
He ducked under one too, Vic, and did well. He's still got his head, and that's the main thing as far as he's concerned. Out it goes now to Sievers. Sievers got it away to Choshevich. They keep it going now. It's out with Aaron Roberts. Roberts played for the Teamsters earlier this year. We're in the fullback position. It could have been a little knock on there. The referee says, yes, that was the fact. It was Richard Moore that knocked it on, and the scrum will go down 30 metres out from the Barkey line. Loose head and feet to the Barcaldine San Goannas.
Still no score on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Very low-scoring game at this stage, Greg. I talked to a couple of people on the Barcaldine side as I walked around the ground earlier today. They all predicted it would be a fairly high-scoring game.
Well, we saw a high-scoring game earlier this year when the Teamsters beat Mackay. I can't see this one being anywhere near as high. A very close affair, and two very strong teams, a lot of rivalry.
From both sides is what it's all about, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think that's the word, commitment. Here's Barkey with the ball following that scrum wins with Shane Woods now. Got away from one tackle, still going, spins in the tackle, throws it anywhere. It's picked up, though, eventually by Noel Bashford. He has possession now, and he's still going too. Makes a pretty good run. And he's wrapped up now about 35 metres out from the line, right in centre field. That's 35 out from his own line. Making a good run from dummy half there is John Powell. Makes about 5 or 10 metres. He lost the ball, though. Here I am giving him a rap. He's lost the ball. Longreach come up with possession about 45 metres out from the line as they bring it up there, and that's Wayne Ballard with the ball, and he's wrapped up by Greg Jash. Gets up and plays it now. Longreach, good run there from dummy half in the 3. That's Danny Lawrence. He's still going. In fact, it's Richard Moore out there in jumper number 5. He'll get up and play it now about 30 metres out on that eastern side of the ground. Here come Longreach surging up towards the field. They're 20 out and wrapped up there by the Barkey defence. Still no score, as I said, 16 minutes into the Moscov Trophy earlier today. Barkey beat Tambo 22-20 in the Bleacher Shield. They spin to the left. They're making a lot of yards out here, Longreach. They've got the numbers. Here they go, Longreach heading towards the line. They're over for a try. Good try there by Longreach. They're in to score. Danny Lawrence in to score. And the try coming in the 16th minute, 4-0 with a kick to come.
Greg, the runaround moves that Longreach put on there super confused the Barcaldine side a little bit there, and that was the result. We saw Danny Lawrence coming over for a fabulous try about 15 metres in from the sideline. So on the Coca-Cola scoreboard, it is 4-0 in favour of Longreach with a kick to come.
The Central West Rugby League, parent body of Western Rugby League, urges you to be part of the action each week by going to your local ground and following your favourite team. Proud sponsors of the 4LG coverage of Rugby League's Match of the Day right through the 1995 season, the Central West Rugby League wish to thank their sponsors, Cumberland Santas, Cowards Earth Moving and Outback Insurance Services. Central West Rugby League, supporting the growth of the greatest game of all in the Outback. Remember, it's never the same unless you're there at the game.
One of our Alpha Rugby League sponsors is the Alpha Hotel Motel. Join your hosts Ross and Donna Britton for a Goldie and try one of their great tasting counter teas. The Alpha Hotel Motel is open 7 days a week and they'll cater for all your functions. Bookings can be made by calling 079 851311. That's 851311. Proud sponsors of the Alpha Rugby League, the Alpha Hotel Motel, where you're always guaranteed a smile.
By public demand, the $2 man has sent some super specials to Longreach, but only while they last. Tapestry suitcases with wheels, any size, only $20. Tapestry and leather handbags, $7.95. Tapestry beauty cases, $14.95. Expandable briefcases, $15. Porcelain dolls, $10 each. 15-metre garden hoses, $7.95. Men's cowboy leather belts, $5. And mini slat blinds, all sizes, $18, $20, $25. But only while they last, and only for the $2 man. In Longreach, open 7 days.
9 after 4, that kick being unsuccessful at the Barcaldine Showgrounds. It's Longreach 4, Barcaldine 0 in the Moscov Trophy. I tell you what an interesting round of football it's been in the Winfield Cup. A few upsets last night and yesterday, and they almost continued today. It's Newcastle 34 over Souths 10. Comfortable lead there with a few minutes to go. Auckland 34 over Parramatta 4. Canberra and the Western Reds, well, what a game it's been this afternoon. Canberra coming back, it's 28-21 with a handful of time left. The Roosters and the Gold Coast, it's the Roosters 28 over the Gold Coast 16, and an unbelievable finish here at the Crushers' neck of the woods. South Queensland and Illawarra are locked on 24 points all. 22 points scored by Illawarra this half, and I'll be keeping you up to date as soon as those scores come back to hand. Back to the Barcaldine Showgrounds.
Welcome back to the Longreach Outback Travel Centre Irvines for Longreach and Central West Rugby League Match of the Day. Greg Wilmette.
Yeah, thank you very much, Vic Blackwood. 4-0 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. During that break, I put a bit down the old throat as well, a bit dry. And penalty there by Longreach. They'll restart play right on halfway. 4-0, as I said, trying to Danny Lawrence in the 16th minute. Unsuccessful by Choshevich. The scrum's now 3-2 to Barcaldine. The penalties are 1 apiece as I speak. Here's Longreach in possession now. They're 30 metres out to the line and going nowhere in that tackle. Gets up and plays it now. It's Jackson. Jackson away to Danny, the Sievers at least. Been pretty involved today too, but he can't get that pass away. And he's wrapped up there by the Barcaldine defence, right in centre field, at 30 yards from his own line. It's Jackson once again at dummy half. They come to the left where they've been making a lot of yards, Longreach. That's where that last try came from. And he got away, still going. In fact, good run there from Jackson as he brushes another tackle off. And he's wrapped up now 20 yards from the line. Good run there, making about 15 metres. Gets up and plays it now. It goes away to Danny Lawrence, the try scorer. He got the pass away to Graham Cross. And Graham Cross is wrapped up about 18 metres out from his own line on the last tackle, right in centre field. Watch for the kick. Here they come. They put the little grubber kick in. Now it's gone nowhere. Was that touched by Barkey? The referee...
he's just coming in to have a look now. No, he signalled the changeover now.
Changeover. Not recounted there. Jason Sievers has the ball. Wasn't touched by Barkey. And they'll come up with possession. Barkey at least now in the form of Noel Bashford, who has the ball 21 out from his own line. Gets up and plays it now. It's with Power. Power links up with one of the forwards there in Greg Jash. Jash can't get out of a tackle there. Wrapped up by his opposite number. Caught by Troy Goodwin. Gets up and plays it now. Right on this grandstand touchline. They swing back to the left. It goes out now to Dave Bidoff. And Bidoff's wrapped up about 30 metres out from the line. 4-0 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. The Musgrave Trophy here today. Try to Danny Lawrence in the 16th minute. Good lead-up work there. Out it goes now. They swing it to the left. Another replacement on. That's Darren Scott in jumper number 16. We'll check with Bert Borland as to who he's on for very shortly. He'll get up and play the ball now to Power in the dummy half. He puts the kick in. Quite a big kick. And that's taken well there by Goodwin of Longreach. Goodwin coming up towards the halfway line. He's met right on halfway there by the Barkey defence. Coming into dummy half there is Alistair Warren. Warren swings it to the left. That's where they've been making their yards all afternoon, Longreach. They'll make a pretty good break there too. Oh, he's poleaxed in that tackle there. That'll be Wayne Ballard. Picked up and swung over to the ground. Gets up and plays the ball now. It's with Jackson. Jackson gets the pass away to Andrew Egan. And Andrew Egan's wrapped up about 30 metres out from the line. Gets up and plays the ball. In at acting half there is Mark Jackson, the hooker. Gets it away to Sievers. Sievers gets it away now to Troy Skibbick. Throws the pass. Couldn't link up with Danny Lawrence. They're still in possession though, Longreach. And have the ball now about 30 metres out from the line, right in centre field. Gets up and plays the ball. It's Lawrence once again. Lawrence gets it away to Sievers. Sievers links up now with Moore. Oh, couldn't handle it. The winger there coming through. In fact, that was Richard Moore. Couldn't handle it. Barkey come up with a 20 out from the line. Big chance there, Bicken. Couldn't handle it.
Well, it was a bit of a let-off for Barcaldine, and the referee's seen something he doesn't like there, and he's pulled up play right on the 20-metre line, just out from the Barcaldine line, and Barkey back in possession. It looks like another scrum to go down. And, no, a kick.
Yeah, penalty here, Vic. They'll kick for the line. Let's join Bert Borland on the touch line for BP Longreach.
Yeah, I don't know how it is up there in the stands, boys, but she's getting a bit warm down here on the sideline. But, yeah, the game's certainly developing into a great contest between these two sides, and Longreach tending to hit the centre quite often. In that try of theirs before was just a simple wraparound move and gave them an overlap, and they had 3-on-1 in the end, and Danny Lawrence was able to walk through for a try. It was a great effort. But there's certainly plenty of feeling going into these tackles here, Greg. There's...
the referee certainly not liking that one at all, Bert.
No, well, that was right, and he couldn't have picked a better spot to do it, Wayne Ballard. He's lifted him and dropped him right in the middle of the cricket pitch. But it's a great contest so far, and I hope it keeps going this way. The crowd's certainly getting their money's worth.
No doubt about it, crowd. Bert, are you a little disappointed with the crowd at this time?
Oh, no, it's a fairly good crowd, Vic, considering this time of the year, and I think they're still rolling in through the gate there, so... No, we're quite happy with this, and if you're listening to the radio here and you're in Barkey, get yourself over to the showgrounds because you're missing a great contest here.
It's a torrid game of football, Bert. We'll come back to you on the sideline for the BP Longreach again shortly.
That was for an attempted spear tackle. That kick for touch. A terrible attempted touch by Barkey there. Far the fine touch. Longreach back in possession. And here they are making a break. It's a good run by Longreach too. Coming up the field, that was Aaron Roberts. And he's still going. Got the pass away to Cross. Cross got the pass away. They're going to go and score again. Longreach in for their second try of the afternoon. Right under the post. And in to score is Richard Moore in the 23rd minute. And that makes it 8-0 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard with a kick to come.
A very pleased Mark Jackson there supporting Richard, and right below the red dot under the post there, Greg. It's not very often you see him scored there when you've got two teams with the ability of these two sides, and certainly some very happy Longreach players at this particular point of time. So on the Coca-Cola scoreboard, it is 8-0 with a kick to come.
Longreach Outback Travel Centre. They're more than just your everyday travel people. Locally owned and operated, Longreach Outback Travel are the largest local tour operators in Western Queensland. If you're travelling anywhere in Australia or overseas, they can look after you. They're agents for Suncorp as well as Greyhound, Pioneer, McCafferty's and all the major airlines. Longreach Outback Travel are also operators of Billabong Boat Cruises, the fun cruise of the Outback. Longreach Outback Travel Centre, your complete travel centre, Eagle Street in Longreach. Proudly supporting Longreach Rugby League in 95.
Travelling through the Central West on your way through the Outback?
call into Irvine's Men's Land in Eagle Street, Longreach. Irvine stocks souvenir polo t-shirts, Matilda Centenary, Longreach and Outback souvenir wear. Looking for a dinky Diet Cobra hat? You'll find them at Irvine's. RM Williams boots, they're in stock at Irvine's, as well as overboots to keep grass seeds out of your socks. If you're passing through Longreach, call in and see Katie and Neil today at Irvine's Men's Land. They're in Eagle Street, Longreach.
16 after 4 on 10.98 for LG. That kick being successful. It's Longreach 10 over Barcaldine 0 as we take you back to the action at the Barcaldine Showgrounds.
Thank you very much, Greg Wood. Let me know how Eastern Suburbs went a little later in the afternoon, mate. I'm very eager to know. That kick successful, as you said. That's 10-0 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Richard Moore scoring that try in the 24th minute. 2 tries in about 8 minutes for Longreach as they lead 10-0 on that Coca-Cola scoreboard as we join Bert Borland on the touchline. That kick that didn't find the line for Barkey proved very costly.
Extremely costly. Barcaldine were right down in a very strong position down the Longreach end of the field. They could have set themselves up for some sort of a play there, but a shocking kick there by Darren Scott and gave the ball straight back to Longreach. Longreach capitalised on the mistake and sprinted away to score a try about 70 metres downfield. So Barcaldine now need to score the next points on the board to put themselves back in this race. If they let Longreach get away with another try before half-time, it's going to be very hard to peg them back in the second half.
Yeah, certainly. Well, it's been a great start by Longreach. And a very exciting game in the opening 15 minutes or so, and Longreach scoring 2 tries in quick time to lead 10-0. They're in possession now, about 30 metres out to their own line. Interacting half there is Mark Jackson. Jackson spins it to the left once again as Longreach come up the field there. And wrapped up there as Wayne Ballard gets up and plays the ball. Jackson once again as they swing back to the right this time. It goes away to Danny Lawrence. He puts a big towering kick in, coming across to cover it quite well as Tony Bashford. He's got to come across field. Will it beat him into touch? It does. Looked like he had that covered. It took at a right angle and bounced backwards away from him and finds the line 20 out from the Barkey line. Loose head and feet to the sand, Goannas.
Following the bouncing ball, Greg, that's the name of the game, but don't forget for energy building after any sport, there's always Powerade.
Yeah, you haven't got none on the broadcast box, Bert.
I could give you a drop of Coca-Cola too.
The reason Bert's on the touchline, he's got those fancy sunglasses. Bert, they look all right.
They're not bad, are they?
It's all right enough from you, pair.
We're going to pop out of those eventually, Bert, or what?
Hey, I'll see what I can do for you, fellas.
Thanks for that.
Bert, we never have a go at you, mate. Could be a penalty here. No, we'll have that again. The ball came out Barkey's way, dived on by Longreach, and it is a penalty. The penalty is going to Barcaldine. That's a bit of a let-off for them. They'll kick for touch on the eastern side of the ground. They'll put them in a better position to attack Bert Borland.
Yeah, well, Barcaldine really need to settle down for a set of 6 here. I think they've rushed play a little bit in the last couple of sets. We'll see what they do here, but they really do need to settle just a set of 6. And Big Murphy Cullen takes it up. This is his first big chop at the A grade for the season. He's been taken into touch.
Not a good start for him, Bert. He's only just come onto the field in jumper number 15. He goes into touch, so we see another scrum to go down. This to go down about 40 metres out from the Barkey line with a loose head and feet to Longreach. Scrums at the moment, 3-2 to Barkey, penalties 4-1 to Barkey.
And our sideline reports right through the afternoon for the BP Longreach.
Scrum to go down on the eastern side of the ground to be fed by Jason Sievers of Longreach. Big Blackwood's very good at predicting scrums. He didn't predict that one. I don't think he'd have been wrong, though. It came out Longreach's way. Makes the scrums 3-all now. And Richard Moore, that try scorer just a moment ago, has it 40 out from the line. Danny Lawrence gets the pass away now as it goes out now to one of the big forwards there. He busts up the middle but can't get away from the defence. Goes to Jackson now. Jackson gets the pass away. Knocked back there by the 12 in the form of Graham Cross. They're still in possession, are they not, Longreach? Or do Barkey have their ball? No, Longreach have managed to stay with the ball. 6 to go, though. Now there's a penalty. This could be for offside play. And no, it can't be for offside play, indeed not. It's a penalty to Barkey. Well, I can't work out what that's for.
I think he was signalling an elbow. I'm not sure. Can you see what he was signalling there, Bert?
Yeah, I think it was Barcaldine's ball, and Longreach ripped the ball back off him, so that's what's happened there. He's just given Barkey a penalty for it.
Yeah, the ball was dropped by Longreach. Obviously, Barkey have come up with it. The Longreach guy said, no, it is my ball. That's the reason the penalty. And once again, they've failed to find touch. Bert Borland on the touchline, can't believe it. Twice they've kicked for touch and haven't made it. Last time they did. Longreach winning to score, and now here they are in possession, just managing to stay in the field of play. And it goes to Jackson. Jackson comes back in field, and he's wrapped up there about 45 metres out from the line. Well, Barkey making a couple of fundamental errors, things they probably normally would not ever do, and that could prove quite costly. And it goes to Sievers. They throw it away. Now a shoddy pass. He can't handle that. Graham Cross was knocked back, though. And with the ball there on that far side of the ground is Richard Moore, and he has the ball about 40 metres out from his own line. 10-0 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard, 29 minutes into the first half here in the Moscow Trophy this afternoon.
Charging run from Wayne Ballard.
Good run there by the skipper, Wayne Ballard. He has the ball about 25 metres out. Out it goes now to Danny Lawrence. They spin it. Oh, well, what was that Longreach fella doing? He's knocked it on. That was Troy Kroskovic. I don't know what he was looking at there. Dropped the ball, looked around and said, well, did I really do this? And the scrum will go down 30 metres out from the Barkey line. Loose it and feed to Barkey.
Certainly a bit disgusted with himself. He just gave that ball a bit of a workout as he dropped it on the ground to take out his frustration. A good way to do it rather than on the opposition players, I'd say. But Barcaldine about to feed the ball, and we're about 40 metres out from the Barkey line. And still anyone's game. 10-0 the Coca-Cola scoreboard in favour of Longreach.
It's easy for us to say that he dropped the ball, but as he took it, he was looking for runners, and there weren't any. There's a scrum against the feeds. You're wrong that time, Victor. And Longreach come up with the ball now. And they've had plenty of possession of late too. And here they are, only 35 out. Out it goes now. It's with Wayne Ballard there. Looks to offload, throws it to anybody. Links up now with Jackson. Jackson has the ball 20 metres out, right in front of the sticks, and he's wrapped up there by Merv Cullen. They go to the left now, Longreach. Goes away with Danny Lawrence, with the Sievers at least. He gets the pass away. Longreach now only 15 metres out. Get up and play the ball. That was Ballard. Out to Jackson. Jackson away now to Sievers. Sievers links up now with one of the forwards there. Throws a beautiful pass. Oh, they had numbers there. In fact, they score anyway. Good work there by Longreach. They're over to score. Has he awarded that try? No, he hasn't. That pass has gone forward. And no try. Barkey will restart from the 10-metre line.
Certainly Longreach looking hungry. They've got the side of that try line in their sights, and a couple of blokes have had some plenty of activity. Of course, Mark Jackson been right in at everything that's been happening all afternoon. Jacko certainly knows he's been on the field for this last 20 or so minutes, and lots of the other players on both sides certainly putting in a good effort today, Greg.
They certainly are. Another replacement comes on, leaving the field there. Greg Jash, Peter Bain coming on there for Barkey. Scrum goes down. It comes out their way. Diving on it there was Wayne Osmond. They got across the line. That pass went forward, hence that scrum going down. With the ball now is Troy Comiskey. 31 minutes
doing a lot of defending there at the moment too.
Has been doing a lot of defence in the headgear now. In jump at 12 is Noel Bashford. He's wrapped up 20 out from his own line. Gets up and plays the ball. It's John Power. Power gets the pass away now. It goes to Ross Matthews. He's wrapped up there and driven back by the Longreach defence. Right in centre field. About 25 metres out. It's Power in at acting half once again. Getting up very slowly is Ross Matthews. In no hurry to get up really. Out it goes now to Harry Blucher. Blucher links up with his centre partner in Shane Woods. Woods looked to offload there, but he was caught by the Longreach defence. Martin Trokovic coming over the top there. Gets up and plays the ball to Power. Power gets it away now. Out it goes to the replacement in Troy Bashford in jumper number 17. Driven back by 3 Longreach defenders there. Can't offload. And the referee comes in. In fact, it's a player hurt in back play. It's number 2 for Longreach, the winger Simon Plumridge. So I'll stop my clock as referee says time off. We might take a sideline comment. Bird ball in for BP Longreach. Come right, signals time on. Barkey back in possession. It goes out now to Ross Matthews. Driven back in the tackle. The boys have had a bit of time to catch their breath as well. That'll certainly help both sides. A few replacements on. Peter Bain has the ball now. He gets the pass away. Working his way up towards halfway there. Did get that pass away. Wayne Ballard diving over the top of that Barkey player. It goes out now to Harry Blucher, puts a little kick over, but well taken there by Jason Sievers, who's been everywhere this afternoon. And the Barkey defence there to meet him, about 30 metres out from his own line. Gets up and plays the ball. It's Mark Jackson now. He's had a very good game this afternoon also. Goes away now to the fullback, Alistair Warren. As a penalty goes there to Longreach, offside to Barkey.
On the Coca-Cola scoreboard, looking at a scoreline of 10-0 in favour of Longreach. Play right on halfway at the present time. And we're just waiting for Longreach to take advantage of the penalty. A big kick going in there from Alistair Warren. He finds quite a few yards and moves the Barkey side back about 10 or 12 metres.
Yeah, they'll restart play, Vic, now about 45 metres out from the Barkey line. 10-0 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. And they make it. Well, they've kicked it through. It's taken now by Tony Bashford. Well, you had 5 tackles to play with. They've knocked it on. Let off there for Barkey. You have the ball now 30 out from their own line. Big sigh of relief for them. Out it goes now with Noel Bashford. Bashford, Troy Goodwin, right in centre field, virtually right on halfway. Gets up and plays it now to Power. Power away now to Schrag. Schrag gets it away to the lock forward in the form of Ross Matthews. He gets the pass away there to one of the wingers there.
Harry.
Should we see a scrum to go down? In fact, it is. And then the scrum will go down right on halfway with a loose hit and feed to Longreach. Just waiting for a couple of replacement players coming on for Longreach too, I see. Made quite use of this interchange plays. Most of the replacement players from both sides have come on at various stages of this game. Scrum to be fed there by Sievers. It comes out Longreach way. They get moving now. It goes out there to Danny Lawrence, who scored that try just a moment ago. In fact, that's Alistair Warren in jumper number 1. And they've lost the ball again. Wayne Ballard's lost it this time. Barkey back into possession with Nathan Schrag. And he's still going. Got the pass away there. And he's wrapped up. Tackle count restarting there. Obviously touched by a Longreach player. Out it goes now with Ross Matthews. Well, that's twice Longreach have dropped the ball. Now Barkey going to do it. It's like a hot potato out there. comes up with Danny Lawrence now, showing a bit of speed. Comes back in on the inside. Can't get away from the defence there, and there to meet him was Ross Matthews and Noel Bashford, and they take him in the tackle. Longreach coming up towards the... intercept. They try to link up there on that far side of play. Barkey back into possession now, and with the ball there is Martin Bannon of Barkey. It's up and plays it now to Powell. It comes back in on the inside. The Longreach player injured in back play. We'll check that very shortly. Another player there receiving attention. Gets up and plays it. It's John Power in acting half. Out it goes now to Nathan Schrag. Schrag gets it away to Osborne. Osborne looks to find Tony Bansford, who knocks it back, I felt. And the referee said it was knocked forward. Or is he playing the advantage? In fact, he lost the ball. Longreach have the ball. They'll play the advantage now as Longreach come up with possession. Danny Lawrence has the ball as they signal time off there, as that player in back play with Longreach is quite serious, and the play stops once again, Vic.
I just think it's the conditions starting to get to them a bit now. They've actually knocked the ball on 3 or 4 times in the last couple of minutes.
Wayne Ballard has the ball now for Longreach. He's only about 30 metres out as that injured player leaves the ground. Could be Marin Chokovic. By the looks of things, I'm not too sure. We will monitor that for you. Did look like him, and there's another knock on by Longreach. They dive on it. It's all too late, though, and a scrum will go down now.
Greg, we may take a 30-second break and try and fix up that noise, and we'll come back in just a moment.
Barcaldine, a town of great support and spirit. Stories Food Store, a part of that spirit, providing customers with a wide range of goods and great service. Call in and take advantage of their weekly specials or have your groceries home delivered free of charge. Part of the community for 18 years, Stories Food Store are well known for their support of the community and Barcaldine League in '95. Support a local and help benefit Barcaldine by shopping at your local food store. Stories in Oak Street, a name you know you can trust.
There's always time in the morning, always time at night. Always time for simple pleasure, sunshine and moonlight. Always time for refreshment when you're on the run. And when it's time for fun, there's always Coca-Cola. Yeah. Coca-Cola. Always Coca-Cola.
22 after 5 on 1098 4LG, and taking a quick look at the weather details, being fine conditions for the Central West, and that's good to know as we take you back to the Barcaldine Showgrounds and catch up with Vic Blackwood and Greg Wilmette.
Thanks very much, Greg Wood. We're only 3 minutes out from half-time. Still 10-0 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard here. Longreach leading Barkey. Tries to Danny Lawrence and Richard Moore. Longreach have the ball now. Out it goes now in the form of Andrew Egan. He's wrapped up 30 metres out from the Barkey line on this grandstand touchline. In a dummy half now is Mark Jackson. Jackson spins it to the right, finds Sievers. Sievers gets the pass away there to, could be Danny Lawrence there, and he's wrapped up about 28 metres out from the Barkey line. In fact, caught there was Troy Goodwin. Goodwin gets it away to Sievers. Sievers out now to one of the replacement players. That could have been Gavin Ballard. Linking up with it now, they've lost the ball. Barkey come up with it in the form of Ross Matthews, and Ross Matthews has the ball now 30 metres out from his own line. None of it off for Barkey there. They have the ball on the eastern side of the ground. Out it goes now. They swing to the right. Out it goes now to Martin Bannon. Bannon comes back on the infield. Is met there by the Longreach defence. 3 players swarm all over him. Gets up and plays it now. They swing to the right. Another replacement player there in the form of Peter Bain. He has it and goes for a surge, but he's met there by the Longreach defence right in centre field.
Luke Midgley doing a lot of defending there, Greg.
Certainly has since he's come on there, Vic. Out it goes now to Power. Power running up the middle. Got away from one. Still going. Power still going. Where's his support, though? A very good run there by John Power. No one running with him, though. Made a very good run there of about 15 or 20 metres. They spin it to the right now. Out it goes now to Harry Blucher on the far side of the ground. And there's a penalty going to Barkey. They take the quick tap. They're not that far out. And they're very close to the line, in fact. And they've lost the ball there, and that's gone into touch. We're looking at the far side of the ground, probably the furthest vantage point play is from where we are. And just waiting to see what happens there.
The touch judge has come right back towards us, Greg, by about 10 metres from where play went out, and he's holding his flag up there, trying to get those Barkey players onside, as we see just exactly what decision the referee's going to make. Here goes the scrum.
Looks like the pass has gone forward. Longreach to feed the scrum, hence that reason. And that scrum going down on the eastern side, the far side of the ground from where we're sitting, only a couple of metres out from the Barkey line. Sievers to feed the scrum for Longreach. And that scrum collapses. Referee says we'll have that again, boys. Very ordinary scrum. Scrum so far favour Barcaldine by 4, Longreach at least, by 4-3 penalties, 5-2.
On the Coca-Cola scoreboard, it is 10-0 in favour of Longreach, and remember, for energy building after any sport, there is always Powerade. We don't have any today, Greg. We just have to make do with the standard Coca-Cola.
That's because you left it at home, Vic. You're the one to blame, mate. scrum win there to Longreach. It comes out their way. They have the ball only a few metres out. There's a bit of a brawl going on in the back plate. A touch judge has come in as half-time sounds. And half-time here on the Coca-Cola scoreboard in the Musgrave Trophy here from Barcaldine. It's Barkey trailing Longreach. Longreach leading by 10 points to 0. Danny Lawrence and Richard Moore scoring tries. Danny Lawrence in the 16th minute. Richard Moore on the 24th. And Maran Djokovic has kicked 1 goal from 2 attempts. Scrums, as I said, 5-3 to Longreach. Penalties, 5-2 to Barkey. In the earlier game this afternoon, the Blucher Shield, Barcaldine defeated Tambo by 22 points to 20 after Tambo led 12-0 at half-time. Well, Vic, the touch judges come in. There's sorted these players out. The brawling stopped at least. And we may see a penalty. No.
The end of play. I thought they might have... And out it comes, Barcaldine in possession, looking quite ominous now after the half-time break, and they are now 35 metres out from the Longreach line.
And in a very good position. They didn't get a lot of position in the first half. It's with Shane Woods now. Woods makes a bit of a bust, and he's wrapped up there on the far side of the ground, the eastern side of the ground, about 25 metres out as they come back to the left. Out it goes. Their big forwards running it up the middle now too, and that's what they've got to do in this second half. Didn't have a lot of position in the first half. Barking a bust there. Goes away to Power. Power got the pass away now on it. Well, they kick the ball, they don't dive on it. And some scrappy play there from both sides. Has he called that out? Waiting for the comment there.
Well, that's what's it look like on the sideline for BP Longreach.
Yeah, mate, what's happened there is he's pinged one of the Longreach players for raking the ball out in the tackle, so...
Back to the action now as we're getting very close to the line.
Go in and score. In to score a try. Barkey go in and score a very good try in the corner right in front of us here. And in to score is the centre there, Harry Blucher, to make it 10-4 with a kick to come. That breakout by Longreach proved costly once again, Vic. 3 tries this afternoon. 2 have come from mistakes on the other side.
Interesting that both tries scored by the number 3s. So the first tries in on each side, Greg. So if you've got a double ticket that way, then you'd be smiling at the present time.
I had 1-3.
Well, yeah, I had a 3 too, but not the right one on the other side. So we're looking at a scoreline of 10 points to 4 in favour of Longreach from the Barcaldine Showground on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Remember, after energy building after any sport, there is always Powerade.
The Central West Rugby League, parent body of Western Rugby League, urges you to be part of the action each week by going to your local ground and following your favourite team. Proud sponsors of the 4LG coverage of Rugby League's Match of the Day right through the 1995 season, the Central West Rugby League wish to thank their sponsors, Cumberland Santas, Cowards Earth Moving and Outback Insurance Services. Central West Rugby League, supporting the growth of the greatest game of all in the Outback. Remember, it's never the same unless you're there at the game.
When it comes to workwear in the west of Queensland, call into Jill's Outpost in Oak Street, Barcaldine. There's a wide range of workwear in brands you've come to rely on, like King G and Can't Tear 'em, along with steel cap boots in a size and style to suit you. If you need Dunlop footwear, again, it's Jill's Outpost with a shoe to fit you. Whatever or wherever you work in the central west of Queensland, call into Jill's Outpost in Oak Street, Barcaldine, or phone 5111 33. 10.98 4LG, 7 away from 5 as we take you back to the Barcaldine Showgrounds.
Yeah, on the match of the day this afternoon, Greg, and what an exciting game of football it is. And you really, if you're in the Barcaldine area, you've still got about 35 minutes of play to remain to see. Get down here and enjoy it. It is a fantastic spectacle. Our Longreach Outback Travel Centre, Irvine's in Longreach, and Central West Rugby League match of the day. Greg Wilmette.
Kick unsuccessful there by John Power. The score on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Longreach 10, leading Barcaldine 4. 10-0 at half-time. Longreach led that try to Harry Blucher, coming in the 42nd. Then that mistake by Longreach with that rake back. And Barkey getting the ball and scoring out wide in the corner there. A very good try by Harry Blucher to put them on the board. They had to score next, and that they've done to trail 10-4 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. They have the ball now, and it goes now to Nathan Schrag. Schrag gets the pass away to Jash, and Jash is wrapped up there about 30 metres out from his own line, right in centre field. They come back to the left, it goes away. Schrag once again, they move it out to the wing. Here goes Blue to the try scorer, gets the pass away to his winger there in the form of Bannon, and he's wrapped up, got the pass away back on the inside, and they're in possession there, just their side of halfway, about 45 metres out. They come back to the right now, Barkey. It goes out now to, that was the forward in Matthews. Matthews gets to halfway. Could have been a little knock on there, and a scrum will go down on the halfway line. Should be a loose head and feed to Longreach.
We'll just wait and see which way it comes up. Yes, that's what the referee is indicating. 10 points to 4. That is certainly the break that Barcaldine were looking for, the danger time just before or just after half-time, and Barking making the most of that. And the scrum packing down now, fed by Longreach, and it didn't go in real well, and the referee wasn't real happy with that at all, and he wants to see that being fed again.
When you were down in the sheds there at half-time, Vic, any word on Simon Plumridge or the other injured player?
I wasn't able to find out anything, Greg. I sort of didn't have a lot of time down there,
sure,
unfortunately, but we'll keep you up to date with that through the afternoon and just let you know just exactly what has taken place. Longreach winning the scrum, and look up there, that is the trophy, the Moscrop trophy, sitting on the table there, and that's what it's all about today.
Certainly is playing for the Moscrop trophy, and a very important game. Repeat of last year's grand final. I mean, a very close affair at the moment, 2-10-4 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. We're still 35 minutes out from half-time. Longreach in possession now with the ball is Graham Cross. Cross looking to offload, going nowhere. They caught in centre field about 40 metres out from his own line. Gets up and plays the ball now. It's Jackson in the acting half. He finds the halfback there in Sievers. Sievers gets the pass away. Could have been Danny Lawrence there with the ball. And he's wrapped up about 40 metres out from the line. Gets up and plays the ball. It's Jackson once again at acting half. Waiting for the ball, directing traffic quite well this afternoon. And it goes to Sievers. Sievers away to the replacement there in Gavin Ballard. Ballard away to Lawrence. Lawrence away now to the centre. Out it goes now to scored. Looks like he had score as he signalled that as a try.
The referee's calling him back.
No try. Could have gone forward. Bert balling on the touchline for BP Longreach.
Yeah, definitely a forward pass, mate. It was a mile forward for mine. There's no doubt in that one. Some of the crowd on the far side that are in a poor position are disputing that one, but you can guarantee that the touch judge was right onto that one. He signalled it forward to the referee and has called it back.
Certainly has scrum to go down now, 20 metres out from the Barkey line. This will be a loose head and feed to Barkey. Forward pass, a good break from Alistair Warren Vic, but it meant nothing when the pass was forward.
It was a fantastic run and certainly looking like doing the goods, but no, we're having a lot of trouble with these scrums this afternoon. The referee not happy with that. Barkey just came up with a scrum win and he wants to see that fed in again. So we're just waiting for the scrum to pack down, and there the ball is in again and comes out the Barcaldine side.
Comes out their way this time. Scrums now 5-all as Barkey have possession. They swing to the right and still going with with Tony Bashford there. Throws a long floating pass out there to Shane Woods. He spins in the tackle and wrapped up there by his opposite number in the form of Aaron Roberts. From dummy half now, that's Blucher with the ball. Got away from one tackle. Scored a good try earlier too to put Barkey on the ball on the board at least in the 42nd minute. They spin back to the left now. Barkey with a bit of confidence now, throwing the ball around a little bit too. He got the pass away, but referee has seen something in that tackle. Comes back to the spot there and has awarded the penalty to Longreach. Awarded the penalty to Longreach there, and they'll kick for touch. Well,
we'll just wait and see what he indicates there, but very, very hard way up the field. And for BP Longreach, Bert Ball, and what did you think that was all about, that penalty?
Yeah, Vic, basically what's happened is he's called held and the Barcaldine players offloaded the ball, so Longreach have got a penalty.
A give 2 points to the going to take the shot at goal, Bert, right in front. It's about 35 metres out. The kick to be taken by Alistair Warren, who'll be doing the kicking duties now, following Marin Trokovic, who left the field a little earlier. Silly play there by Barkey. They could be a give 2 points to Longreach.
Yeah, well, it'll be all on his boot, but yeah, Barkey, the referee had set himself back. He told them to play the ball, and they continued to keep going. So it was just stupid play on their behalf, and now they've given away an excellent opportunity to hit back at Longreach.
Yeah, well, this will make it 12-4 should he get this kick. Just repeating their Sydney scores this afternoon. Canberra 28, Western Reds 21. South Queensland and Illawarra played a 24-all draw. Auckland 40, Parramatta 4. Sydney City 28, Gold Coast 16. Newcastle 34, South Sydney 16. Yesterday St George 18 over North 6. And last night Sydney Tigers 13, Penrith 10. West 18, Cronulla 14. Manly 36, North Queensland 14. Kick successful, 12-4 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Kick successful from Alistair Warren.
We'll take a break and we'll come back with more of the action in this second half of this fantastic exhibition of football. It is our first real hit out of the year and certainly a fantastic exhibition of football between the two rivals and certainly some rivalry out there at the present time. Longreach and Barcaldine for the Moscrop Trophy.
The Barcaldine Motel on the Landsborough Highway is now under new management. Mike and Andrea Lingard welcome all travellers to their friendly Western hospitality. They'll look after you and your car with full driveway service and quality Shell fuels and lubricants. The Barcaldine Motel has 11 ground-level air-conditioned units for clean, comfortable, affordable accommodation with great meals available. There's also in-house videos, a guest laundry, and fuel is available after hours. The Barcaldine Motel and Service Centre with takeaway hot food, icy cold drinks, sweets and sandwiches. For full driveway service and Shell card convenience, call into the Barcaldine Motel on the Landsborough Highway, Barcaldine.
Just a couple of seconds away from the strike of 5 o'clock, sitting on 30 degrees, still a relatively warm afternoon across the Central West. All the action is at the Barcaldine Showgrounds. We'll take you back there now.
Certainly is. Greg Wood as Longreach in possession now. Put the kick downfield. Harry Blucher was sitting down there. He's had to go back and grab that ball. And I'll tell you what, shoddy work there. He was sitting down, maybe taking a breather. And that wasn't Harry Blucher. In fact, I'm giving him a disservice. It wasn't Harry Blucher at all. Number 6 it was. It was Wayne Osborne. Yeah, they're a lot different. I've never seen these guys before.
No, he actually slipped over, Greg.
Yeah.
Took some pressure off the Longreach team, or put some pressure on Barcaldine, in fact. Well, we're seeing Barkey take a kick. Gets them back to right on the halfway line, about 15 metres in from the sideline.
It certainly does. They're in possession now. They're only about 35 metres out, trailing 12-4 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard following that penalty kick to Alistair Warren just a moment ago. Now they're surging up the middle too. Barkey, big run there by that forward. Big run indeed. It may have been Merv Cullen. Yes, it was. Back on the field. He was sin-binned at half-time along with Luke. Look at back on the field. But here they go, making a big break. Throw the pass to anybody. Longreach come in possession. Well, a desperate pass there thrown by Barcaldine. They threw it to anybody, hoping that one player would be there. Not the case, and Longreach in possession now, 22 out from their own line, right in centre field. With the ball now is Jackson. Jackson away now to Sievers. Sievers looked to offload there, trying to link up with Aaron Roberts. It wasn't on. Ball gone on the deck, picked up now on the grandstand touchline. Gets up and plays it now. It goes to Jackson. Jackson away to Midgley, back on the field after his 10 in the bin. And he takes play up to about the 40-metre line before he's wrapped up there by 3 Barkey defenders. Jackson in an acting half goes to the left and finds the front rower there in Andrew Egan. And Andrew Egan's caught there right in centre field. Once again into dummy half is Mark Jackson on the last tackle. They go to the left. Out it goes now to, is that Sievers who puts the kick in across field. In fact, it was Danny Lawrence who put that kick in. Big kick in downfield. Chasing that down there was Wayne Osborne. He takes it about 10 out from his own line. Can't get away from the defence there. 3 Longreach defenders come and dive on him and take him about 10 out from his own line. 12-4 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. 10-0 it was at half-time. We're still 28 minutes out from full-time as Barkey bring the ball back up towards their halfway line. Made a good run there too, that Barcaldine player. Made a run of about 15 metres. Out it goes now as they swing to the left. Power gets the pass away now to Bashford. Bashford still going, throws the pass to anybody. Got away from Comiskey. And they're still in possession though, Barkey. That's the good news for them. Kept that ball moving. And with the ball now is Shane Woods, and he's wrapped up right in centre field, right on halfway. Gets up and plays the ball. They go to the left, move it pretty quickly too. This is where Longreach are making a lot of ground in the first half. Wrapped up there though, the Longreach defence, bring them to ground. In an acting half now is Comiskey. He gets the pass away to one of the big forwards there in the form of Merv Cullen. Cullen comes back in on the infield there. No support though, and he'll take the ball about 30 metres out. Gets up and plays the ball. In an acting half there. That's a little winger, puts the kick in. That's a big kick. Is that going to go out in the full? Just. She goes out in the full. Terrible work there once again. Not the first time that's gone out in the full this afternoon.
Nicely read by what he thought, I'm too close now being taken. The play now being taken back to for a changeover.
Jackson in an acting half once again goes himself with no runners. Made a good run too, about 10 metres. Makes some good hard yards up the middle. Pretty easy yards too. They just watched him. It's Sievers now. Sievers away now to Midgley. Midgley away now to Ballard. Ballard looked to offload, but he can't. Spinning in the tackle with no one with him. He'll take the tackle there right on halfway, wrapped up by the Barkey defence. No marker, goes himself, or was there? Yes, there was a marker. He didn't think there was. The referee comes back and points to the spot, and that was quite silly play, really. And there's a penalty, an easy penalty to Barkey.
Well, Coca-Cola scoreboard of 12-4 in favour of Longreach in this Mosgrove Trophy from the Barcaldine Showground. Certainly plenty of action down here this afternoon, and if this is what we're in for the rest of the season, Greg, it's going to be a fantastic winter season of football, is it not?
Really looking forward to it. It all starts next week. We do the match of the day between Longreach and Blackall. That game played at the Longreach Showground as Harry Blucher finds touch on the eastern side of the ground. No mistake picking him up this time. And they restart play now. It goes away to Merv Cullen. Bounces off one tackle. He's had quite a good game since he's come on. I mean, he spent 10 minutes in the bin, but has made some good yards, this fellow, number 15, Merv Cullen.
He's doing exactly what Bert said they needed to do. Go straight ahead.
That's right. He's got them there for an incorrect play. The ball has been joined Bert Bullen on the touchline for BP Longreach.
Yeah, Greg, very basic error, and what a costly error is out from the Longreach line, and to come up with an error like that, you'd be chastising your under-8s for doing something like that.
Well, it's bread and butter stuff. I mean, he probably played the ball 99 times right out of 100. Just did in that time. Come at a very, very vital time. Starting to make a lot of yards up the middle now, Barkey also, Bert.
Well, they're big forwards, these Barkey forwards, mate, and all they've got to do is run straight, and they're very difficult to handle. They run straight and go at the gap, draw the defenders in, and there's gaps appear all over the paddock. That's what they did well last year, and for some reason, they must have all eaten a lot of crabs during the off-season because they've been going sideways a lot today, but eventually they've straightened up, and the yards are starting to appear for Barkey again.
Don't go knocking seafood, Bert. I had it for tea last night. Scrum win to Longreach. There it comes out with Tony Mole. Out it goes now to Jackson. Jackson gets it away now to Troy Goodwin. Goodwin over towards the grandstand touchline. Wrapped up there by the Barkey defence. One of the tacklers there was Harry Blucher. He's about 20 yards from his line. Sievers now. Out it goes now to Misley. Misley, you're looking for support there. He's taking the tackle there. Wrapped up by two Barkey defenders there, right in centre field. Still 12-4 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. 15 minutes into the second half here. The Musgrave Trophy live from Barkey Showgrounds. Danny Lawrence puts the big kick in downfield there, and that's taken there. Oh, knocked on. That's got to be a knock on. And he calls it too. He's picked it up, knocked on by the fullback there in the form of it's Tony Bashett there playing fullback. Just took his eye off that ball, Vic, knocked it on, scrum to go down. Another error.
Well, a bit like what you were talking about with golf yesterday. You've got to keep your eye on that ball, Greg. 12-4 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard, live from the Barcaldine Showground, just waiting for this scrum to pack down. And what is it, about 35 metres out from the Barcaldine line, and Longreach having the feed of this particular scrum. In it goes, and where does it come out? Yes, pushing nicely. Longreach in possession after the scrum win.
And they throw the ball out wide now. It goes out to Aaron Roberts. Roberts still going, grabbed by his opposite number there in the form of Shane Woods, grabbed him by the junker and swung him to ground. Couldn't link up there with Richard Moore, who he did try to link up with. Richard Moore has possession now, and he's wrapped up there about 10 metres out from the line. Gets up and plays the ball. It's Jackson in an acting half, away now to Sievers. Sievers gets it away now to that's Goodwin. Goodwin wrapped up there right in front of the sticks, about 10 metres out from the Barkey line. Still 12-4 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. The Musgrave Trophy from Barkey today. Sievers gets it away now to Haywood. Haywood straight up the middle there. Lost the ball, dived on by Barkey. They come up with possession about 10 out from their own line. A bit of a let-off there. They really were at 6s and 7s. Diving on that ball for Barcaldine was David Bidoff. Gets it away now to Merv Cullen. Gets out of one tackle. Geez, impressed me, this Merv Cullen, since he's come on. Another good run there. Makes about 10 metres. Run a bit sideways there in the finish. But really made a good break there. They swing it back now. Out it goes among players there to Schrag. He got the pass away, and Barkey now have the ball 20 metres out from their own line.
Played it forward.
Happened, restarted. No marker there. The Longreach penalised that for a moment ago because there was a marker. Although no Longreach marker there, hence that player going forward. And it goes to Schrag. Schrag gets it away now to Blucher. Blucher going up the middle, gets up towards centre field there, and wrapped up just his side of halfway. Gets up and plays it now. They swing it to the left. It goes away to Schrag. He puts the kick in across field. Well covered there by Alistair Warren. Takes it. Oh, he knocks it on. Well, did well to take it.
He took it beautifully and then
straight through. Doused his hands in butter or something, Alistair Warren there. Took the ball well.
He just said to himself, oh my goodness, I dropped the ball.
Yeah, he looked like he grabbed it, just went straight through his hands. That's the sort of thing that happens. Just a fundamental error. Happens at the most uncertain time. Scrum to go down now. 25 out. Loose head and feet to Barkey. They'll be back on the attack.
Well, this is just what Longreach didn't want for their part at this particular stage of the game. Barcaldine back in possession of the ball at the present time and looking dangerous at the moment as well.
Certainly are looking dangerous. They've had a lot more possession in this second half. They swing it away now. It goes out to the lock forward. Ross Matthews gets very close, gets up and plays it now to John Power. Power gets it away now to Schrag. Schrag out now to one of the front row forwards in the form of Greg Jash. And Jash has the ball at 25 metres out from the line. And it goes to Power. Power to Schrag. Schrag links up now with the 12 in the form of Bashford. Bashford driven back in that tackle right in front of the uprights. Pretty dangerous now. Power once again goes himself, looks for runners, puts a little grubber kick through into the in-goal area. Cleaned up very well and run over the dead ball line there by Longreach. And this will come out for a restart.
They had absolutely no option there, Greg, but to take it over the dead ball line. Barkey just had the numbers all over him, and wise play there to get it out.
Goal line drop out, and Grant Searles doing the cleaning up there, running over the dead ball line with that. However, though, they're still under a bit of pressure. The goal line drop had to be taken by Alistair Warren, puts Barkey right back on the attack. There's the kick from Warren, a very big kick too. Takes play to within about 40 metres out. Can't get away from Aaron Roberts, who nails him. Also wrapped up there by coming over the top, Troy Haywood. He'll get up and play the ball about 40 metres out. Still 12-4 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard midway through the second half. Here come Barkey up the middle once again. certainly a lot more possession in this second half and looking a more committed side than they did in this first half of the game. Power away to Shrag. These two been combining well. Still going Shrag. Offloads. Links up there with one of the three quarters. In fact, finds the winger in Troy Comiskey. And Comiskey's brought to ground there about 22 metres out on the eastern side of the ground. Power once again onto Shrag. Shrag gets the pass away out to one of the forwards. That'd be Greg Jash. And Jash is brought down right in front of the uprights about 20 metres out. Away they go to the left this time. It goes out now to Osborne. Osborne gets the pass away. Out it goes now to the forward there in the 12. That's Bashford. And he's throwing the pass away. They're throwing it anywhere. It's like a hot potato. Is that Comiskey who has the ball coming in from his own, from the other wing? Gets up and plays it now. Out it goes to Osborne. Osborne away to Jash. Oh, there's trouble here. Oh, well, they went very close to scoring there. Barkey saving the day was Aaron Roberts. Kicks it over the dead ball line. Goal line drop out once again. More pressure for Longreach.
Aaron certainly cleaning it up there. It was a certain 4 points there. Number 2 for Barkey, Troy Comiskey, was coming through. He was just about to score it when Aaron got his foot to it.
But as you said, Aaron Roberts cleaned up. Play restarts now. Still 20 minutes out from full time as Alistair Warren once again restarts. Not a very big kick. It's taken there, this time by Ross Matthews, the lock forward for Barkey. And he takes play up to within 25 metres out from his own, from the Longreach line at least. And he's wrapped up there. Gets up and plays the ball. That Longreach player still lying all over him. Out it goes now to Noel Bashford. Bashford makes a pretty good run, stands in the tackle. They can't put him in. Among them was Graham Cross. Gets up and plays it now. Onto Power. Power to see to the fullback in Shrag at least. Shrag got the pass away. They get to the 20-metre line now. Barkey. Longreach's been doing a lot of defending in their own half, something they haven't been doing a lot in the first half. Shrag with it once again. Tried to make a little scamper there. Couldn't get away from the tackle though, and coming over the top was Andrew Egan to wrap him up. Last tackle now for Barkey. What are they going to do? Goes out to Osborne. Osborne puts the grubber kick through. Not a big one. And well cleaned up there by Longreach. Saving the day was Aaron Roberts. Once again. Done a lot of cleaning up for Longreach. As it goes to Alistair Warren. Warren away now to Mark Jackson. Jackson's still going. Now he's brought to ground about 12 metres out from his own line, right in centre field. In at acting half now is Gavin Ballard. Ballard gets it away now to Troy Goodwin. And Goodwin's wrapped up there about 20 metres out to the line. Still getting up now. He gets up on the eastern side of the ground. They swing back to the right now. It goes out now to Graham Cross. And Cross is wrapped up there by Shane Woods at 25 metres out from his own line. Once again, it's Jackson. Jackson out to Sievers. Sievers away now to the skipper, Wayne Ballard. Wayne Ballard straight up the middle. And he's wrapped up there about 25, 30 metres out from his own line. Still 12-4 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Goes away to Danny Lawrence. Big kick in by Danny Lawrence. Well taken there, though, by Martin Bannon. Bannon can't get away from the Longreach defence, and they nail him. And he's wrapped up there right on half. As to the halfback now in the form of Nathan Shrag. Comes back in field. Gets into Longreach territory, and he's wrapped up there by the Longreach defence in the form of Danny Lawrence. They go to the right once again. Out it goes now to the 11. There's that Greg Jash, and he's lost the ball. Longreach dive on it. That'll be play on. Longreach to come up with possession there. A bit of a let-off for them. And they'll have play 40 metres out from their own line. Injured in that play too. Injured in that tackle. We stopped the clock once again. Still 17 minutes in the match to go. Lying flat on his back, so I can't pick up his number. In the meantime, though, they're going to restart play. And Graham Cross will restart proceedings. That injured player now is Troy Goodwin, sitting up, just taking a knock in that tackle as referee.
He came down pretty hard, Greg, in the tackle and winded himself a bit.
I reckon the ground's pretty tough out this neck of the woods too, the central West Vic, central coast of New South Wales. The ground's pretty lush, but it's pretty tough country out here. Glad I'm not out there.
The cricket pitch area where they are now.
Yeah, the cricket season just ended too. Bit of rain would be nice to soften the ground up. Jason Sievers has it now. Danny Lawrence playing the ball now following that. Gets the pass away. Out it goes now to Mark Jackson. Been very busy this afternoon, and he's wrapped up 40 metres out from the Barkey line. Still 12-4 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. 23 minutes gone in the Moscop Trophy here today from Barkey. In the earlier game today, Barkey defeated Tambo by 22 points to 20 after Tambo led 12-0 at half-time. Pretty good crowd in watching a very good game of football this afternoon. Out it goes now as they put the little goer kick through to Gavin Ballard. Regains Gavin Ballard still going, and Gavin Ballard goes and scores a great try right under the posts to make it 16-4 with a kick to come. Good individual work, Bird Borland on the touchline for BP Longreach.
Yeah, well, that was showed great skills there, Gavin Ballard. He's been noted to be a fair ball player, and Gavin came up to the defensive line, put the chip kick in. I think it was off his left foot. I think he's a right foot kicker normally, but he's chipped her in over the top off his left foot, raced away, regathered it and put it in underneath the sticks. No one in Barcaldine got a hand on him, so Longreach have skipped away now to a very handy lead, and Barcaldine now have got, they've let one hand off the Moscop and the other hand slipping badly.
Going to be hard to catch them now, Vic. Blackwood 16-4.
Certainly is, Bert. The thing I'd like to say about the game is the skills that we've seen displayed out there, regardless of which side you happen to support, for all the people listening at home. We've seen absolutely everything in this game, and it's not even the first game of the season.
Yeah, well, Vic, I think the skills from the Longreach players might be all right. They're far from being good in the Barcaldine side. I can guarantee you they'll be flogged with the big whip this week at the skills training, but no, there's been some good skills on the Longreach backline especially, but Barcaldine just taking far too many wrong options and paying the penalty, mate.
But down this end of the field, Bert, we've seen Barkey go over a couple of times, and they've caught Longreach at 6s and 7s when they got those balls over the try line. So certainly both sides throwing everything at it in this really first game of the year.
Oh yeah, when Barcaldine were down here, I think they had 4 sets of consecutive 6 at Longreach, and Longreach were able to hold them out. Barkey threw everything they had at them, and to Longreach's credit, they were able to hold them out. Barkey will have to really lift a cog now, and both teams are starting to walk a bit, so it'll be the team that's got the last 10 minutes of running in them that might get away with this one, but Longreach certainly in a strong position at this stage.
Thank you very much for this afternoon, and 18 points to 4 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard in favour of Longreach.
Certainly is. Big Blackwood kick successful there by Alistair Warren as Longreach have the ball now in the form of Luke Midgley, and there's a penalty going Longreach's way also, so they'll holding down the player, the reason for the penalty, and Alistair Warren will kick the touch on the grandstand touchline. Take them certainly out of their danger zone. Been doing a lot of defending lately. Scoring that try certainly put them well in front, leading by 18 points to 4 as Alistair Warren kicks and finds touch at 5 metres his side of halfway. And play will restart now in the form of Mark Jackson. Goes to the left, finds Jason Sievers. Sievers away to Midgley. Midgley gets to the halfway line, straight up the middle. Here's a big boy and driven back in the tackle. Good tackle there by Noel Bashwood, who drives him back a metre or so. Jackson once again away to Sievers. Sievers out now to Tony Mole. Tony Mole straight up the middle and met there by the Barkey defence. Gets up and plays it. It's Jackson once again. They swing to the left towards the eastern side of the ground. Wayne Ballard, the skipper, with the ball now. Be quite happy with proceedings the way things have gone this afternoon, with Longreach leading 18-4 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Jackson once again, and it goes now to Sievers. Gets the pass away as they link up now with Danny Lawrence. Lawrence sees a little gap. It closes very quickly as I see Harry Blucher, who's back on the field, and John Power bring him to ground. Oh, straight through the legs of one of the players, Longreach players there, Gavin Ballard. He throws his hands and says, well, nothing I can do. Anyway, they've still got possession there on this grandstand touchline, about 25 metres out.
Last tackle.
Out it goes to Cross. The Sievers thought about the kick. Now it goes out. They keep it moving. They've got numbers out there. It's still going. They're still moving it and still got numbers. They keep the ball moving, Longreach. And what do they do on the last tackle? Throw it. Barkey touched it. It was knocked on. They'll play a scrum here, or is he going to play the changeover? It was certainly knocked on by Barkey.
Yeah, both ways. Well, dropped by Longreach, knocked on by Barkey, so he's going to play that changeover now.
He's going to play the changeover. And it goes now to Harry Blucher back on the field.
Gee, he came good quickly, didn't he?
Came good very quickly. We just wanted a little Powerade, Victor, that I would
That's
find
probably
out.
what it was.
He's all right. He's going okay. Out it goes now to Merv Cullen straight up the middle. He's wrapped up. They're still going. In fact, got away from one tackle. Good run there by Merv Cullen and made a lot of yards in the second half right up the middle. Certainly been very impressive since he came on. Making a few yards though now as the players get tired. Good run there from Greg Jash. He's wrapped up about 40 metres out. Out it goes now to Shrag. Shrag away now. Do as they keep moving the ball there through halfway right in centre field. That dreaded cricket pitch area. As Barkey put the kick in now, and that's going to go out in the full off the side of the boot. A horrible kick there. Hangs his head in shame, that Barcaldine player. I speak of John Power. Put his head down and said, did I do that? Straight up the side of the boot, straight over the touchline, on the full. And Longreach will have possession now as play restarts close to halfway.
Only about 12 minutes to go. A Coca-Cola scoreboard of 18 to Longreach, 4 to Barcaldine. Well, not a lot of minutes left in it, Greg.
Time is certainly running out, Vic. Sievers gets the pass away now to Luke Midgley. Midgley's wrapped up there in centre field, pretty close to halfway. Jackson once again. Jackson finds Graham Cross there on the far side of the field, makes a run of about 5 or 10 metres, and he's wrapped up there by the Barkey defence on that eastern side of the ground. Gets up and plays it. Jackson once again, away to Sievers. Sievers links up now with one of the backline players. Got away from one tackle, still going. You find that was Danny Lawrence there. Good run by him. In fact, Danny Lawrence receiving attention in back play. May have been Richard Moore. It's with Alistair Warren now. Warren got the pass away. And it goes to Richard Moore once again, in from his wing. He's wrapped up there about 20 metres out, just to the right-hand upright. Goes away to Jackson. Jackson away to Sievers. Sievers looking for runners. Finds somebody there. Finds one of the forwards who's still going. Lost the ball. Picked up. Knocked back, says the referee. It's with Jackson now. Jackson links up there with, is it Alistair Warren who goes in to score a try?
Yes.
That's Alistair Warren, all right. That makes it 22-4 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard with a kick to come. Good work there by, firstly, the hooker in the form of Mark Jackson, but good work from Warren to score.
Other than scrums, Greg, I don't like the scoreboard. 22 to Longreach, 4 to Barcaldine with a kick to come. Back in a moment.
When it comes to Western Queensland hotels, there's none better known than the Globe Hotel in Barcaldine. Gordon Smith and family, your hosts at the Globe, would like to welcome all town and country folk to the warm and friendly atmosphere at the Globe. One of the West's best-known sporting hotels, the Globe offers a great range of counter meals and takeaways. Call in and see Gordon and the family today at the Globe Hotel for friendly service, top meals and icy cold drinks.
There's always time in the morning, always time at night. Always time for simple pleasure, sunshine and moonlight. Always time for refreshment when you're on the run. And when it's time for fun, there's always Coca-Cola. Yeah. Coca-Cola. Always Coca-Cola.
21 after 5 as we rejoin all the action in the dying moments of the Moscrip Trophy game. Longreach against Barcaldine, Vic Blackwood and Greg Wilmette.
Yeah, thanks very much, Greg. And Longreach Outback Travel Centre Ovines in Longreach and Central West Rugby League match of the day. Lots of associate sponsors. We'll run through those in a moment. But Alistair Warren unable to convert his own try. The score remains 22-4 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard. A very big thank you to the Prince of Wales Hotel in Blackwell, Jill's Outpost, the Union Hotel, the Globe Hotel in Barcaldine, the Alpha Hotel Motel. Good afternoon, Ross Brett and all the team down there. Woody's Menswear in Longreach, Stories Foodland in Barcaldine, the Barcaldine Motel, the $2 Man, also the BP Longreach DJs, trophies and T-shirts, always Coca-Cola and Pro Tyres.
Okay, 22-4 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard, 10 minutes to go. Luke Midgley now has the ball, can't get away from Power, who brings him down, and coming over the top there is Mick Hayward. Well, has time run out for Barkey? I think it just about has, 22-4. They'd certainly like to score some more points before full time, but Longreach in possession now, and Alistair Warren has the ball 25 out from his own line, wrapped up there by the Barkey defence. We'll take a sideline comment from Bert Borland very shortly. In fact, good time to take it now as there's a break in play. Bert Borland on the touchline for BP Longreach.
Yeah, Greg, that last try was created by the Barcaldine defence, really. There was 4 players, one-on-one, all missed the tackle, created heaps of space for Longreach, and if you miss one-on-one tackles, you're going to pay the price, and Barkey certainly paid the price there. You've got to make the one-on-ones and lock the ball up, and Barcaldine were unable to do that when Barcaldine shoot the ball out wide now, Greg.
They certainly do. The pass, when flying out, was put on the deck, couldn't be taken there by Bluch, but it was taken by Bannon, and he has the ball now 22 out from his own line. Out they come. Can Barkey score before full time? Certainly still 8 minutes on the clock. They trail by 22 points to 4 after they were trailing 10-0 at half-time. Power now out to Schrank. He's tried all afternoon for Barkey. Certainly a couple of them have. But just on their game this afternoon, Longreach have been the better of the two sides, hence that scoreline. Out it goes now to Power. Schrank once again. He links up there with one of the forwards, gets to within 10 metres out from the line, and will get up and play the ball. It's Power in at acting half. Goes himself. Looks for runners. Still no one there. Goes himself and scores. A very well-deserved try there to John Power, a guy that's been trying all afternoon. Had to do it himself. Goes in to score, and that makes it 22-8 on the Coca-Cola scoreboard with a kick to come. Bert, good work there for John Power. He has been trying all day.
Yeah, well, John Power's a noted scooter from dummy half. He's probably one of the best in the business out here in the Central West, and all the other clubs are wide awake to him taking them scoots, but he's just so elusive. He's got that bit of a swerve and able to move, and the Longreach players, I think they've decided the Moscrip Cup's going to be sitting up in the Welcome Home Hotel, so they don't mind if Barkey scores 1 or 2 tries just to finish this one off.
Consolation try there by John Power, I think, just to make it a little closer.
Bert, just while we've got a little break in play, what is the rules as far as the Moscrip Trophy is concerned? I mean, Barkey hold it at the moment. This is the first challenge. We've got 2 more games to go. How does that work?
Yeah, there's 3 challenges each season. At the end or at the start of each round, there's a challenge, and the next challenge is due for Blackwell. This morning, Kevin Hoff from Blackwell already booked his bus to go to Longreach next week. He was confident that Longreach were going to beat Barcaldine today. He's obviously a better judge of football than I am, but I was a bit disappointed in the Barkey preparation in the last couple of weeks. By Barcaldine standards, they're usually a strong team at training, and they put in a big effort, but the effort's been well down on last season, and maybe this is the wake-up call they needed. This is going to cost the Barcaldine club probably around $4,000 or $5,000 missing the Moscrip Cup. That's how much it's worth to the clubs. You get about $2,000 each home game for a Moscrip, so it's cost Barcaldine about $5,000 this loss.
They certainly wouldn't want to face up to that one. As we come back to the action, Greg Wilmette.
Thank you very much, Pete Blackwood. Into the dying minutes of this game now, and Martin Bannon has the ball. Bannon's wrapped up there about 20 metres out. They trail 22-8 in the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Longreach taking out this Moscrip Trophy. Still time to play. and both teams still playing for a bit of pride. The kick was unsuccessful by John Power, by the way. Goes out to Strang. He's lost the ball as ever. It's a little rubber sponge. Back in possession now, Longreach with Luke Misley now. Got away from a tackle quite easily. He found a player there in Richard Moore. He's still going. And Richard Moore takes play within 22 metres. He's lost the ball, and a scrum will go down about 20 metres out. Should be a loose head and feed to Barkey's. Longreach knocked it on.
Just a little while back, Greg, I was noticing Alistair Warren. I mean, he's been out there for almost 80 minutes, and he looked as though he still had a 100-metre run in him. He's certainly got plenty of fitness.
They're going quite well, Alistair Warren. I think he missed that game down in Alpha when we were down there, Vic, and Aaron Roberts played fullback that afternoon. But he's played quite well, Alistair Warren, this afternoon in the fullback position. Mark Jackson's been very busy, and Jason Sievers has also stood out for Longreach. Some of the Barkey boys that have played well this afternoon, well, the two we've been speaking about, John Power and Nathan Shrag, and I've been impressed with Merv Cullen. He's made some good runs this afternoon.
Harry Blitcher's had plenty of exercise out there as well.
Yeah, Harry's done nothing wrong this afternoon. Scored a try. He's spent some time off the field as well, but he's back on there trying his heart out for Barkey now, as they have the ball in the form of Bashford there in centre field. Out it goes now, and that's been touched by a Longreach player. Tackle count restarts. Swung to ground there. In fact, was one of those Barkey players. Gets up and plays the ball, as we said. Tackle count there restarting. They have the ball. Nudging up towards halfway. We're making a bit of a break now is Shane Woods. Woods on that eastern side of the ground, wrapped up there pretty much right on halfway. Caught there by the Longreach defence on that far side of the ground, probably the furthest part from our vantage point. Here's Shrag coming back on the infield there, wrapped up by Mark Jackson. He'll get up and play the ball. They spin it to the left, to the right, it goes anywhere. They're throwing it around, just trying to get that ball moving now to get some more points on the board before full time. They try by 22 points to 8. Get up and play it now. It's Power in at acting half as they swing to the left. It goes to Shrag. Long floating pass to Blutcher. Blutcher gets it away to Cullen. Back inside to Blutcher. They throw it. It's a hot potato. Goes out now to is it Osborne. Driven back in that tackle. He plays the ball. Out it goes now. Played there to Bidoff. Bidoff got the pass away. Out to Shrag. He puts the up and under through. Alistair Warren under this. They're coming through quickly. Well taken there by Alistair Warren. And coming over the top very quick to Warren. 10 out from his own line. He finds Richard Moore now. Moore goes away. Good scoot there by Richard Moore. Made a break of about 10 metres. He's wrapped up 21 out from his own line. On it goes now to one of the replacements in the form of Grant Searles. Searles has lost the ball. Barkey dive on it. Longreach dive on it, in fact. So they'll play the knock-on scrum to go down. 30 metres out to the Longreach line. Loose head and feed to Barkey. Just taking the scrum. 7-all. Penalties to Longreach 7-6.
Well, certainly some effort there by the Barcaldine side, making sure Longreach weren't going to go any further with it. But we're seeing the scrum pack down now. Barkey feeding the scrum and, of course, coming up with the win.
Certainly does it with Harry Blutcher now. He finds his winger there in the form of Troy Comiskey. And Comiskey's wrapped up there about 20 metres out from the line. 3 minutes to go, 22-8 in the Coca-Cola scoreboard. Out it goes now to Ross Matthews. Matthews works his way up, tries to offload and does. Finds Osborne. Osborne going towards the corner. He's wrapped up though about 3 metres out. Caught there by Gavin Ballard. Looking for a quick play, the ball, get off, it's the word from the crowd. Troy Hayward has it, he finds Shrag. Shrag gets it away to one of the forwards there who drops that ball, that was Merv Cullen. Longreach have the ball, Barkey went close to scoring there. Longreach clean up the beans and have the ball 15 out from their own line. In at acting half now is Jackson. That Longreach player gets very slowly to his feet, that was crossed. Out it goes now to the 10 in the form of Hayward, and Hayward's wrapped up about 20 metres out from his own line. In at acting half there is Jackson, trying to rally his troops, saying, come on fellas, let's go forward. He finds Sievers. Sievers links up now with Ballard. Ballard gets it away to Alistair Warren. He's got some bounce in this Alistair Warren. Bounce 5 out from the line. In at acting half there is Jackson. Jackson gets it away now to the big front rower there in Hayward. Hayward goes across field there as one of the Barkey boys smothers him in that tackle on the eastern side of the ground. It's Jackson in at acting half once again. Out it goes now to Sievers. Sievers goes himself, finds a gap. Can't get away from one tackle. In fact, got away there from Comiskey. Now he gets the pass away up there to the 10 in the form of
Troy Hayward.
Troy Hayward it was, Vic. That's right in the headgear. He's wrapped up there right in centre field, pretty much right on halfway. Only about a minute and a half left to go into the match. Out it goes now to Ballard. Ballard puts the big kick in downfield. And going over to retrieve that is Osborne. Took all the time in the world to get it. Now he has the ball. And he's met there by the defence. In fact, caught there by Aaron Roberts about 10 metres out from the line on the grandstand touchline. They move it out now, Barkey's with Harry Blutcher. Comes back on the inside, offloaded there, found Cullen. Cullen coming upfield and he's met there by Wayne Ballard among others, about 20 metres out from the line. Gets up and plays it now, very slowly to his feet, getting tired, these players. And it goes now, one of the forwards there in the front row in the form of Mick Hayward has it now. And he's wrapped up there about 20 metres out, right in centre field. Just repeating that score, 22-10, not long to go. See the timekeeper just about to hit the button for full time. Going by my clock, there's about 30 minutes. Shrag makes a bit of a break, even got time to point, he's running everywhere. Now he finds support finds Harry Blucher going towards the line. Is he still going? Racing, he's run into a bit of a hole there. It's closed very quickly. In fact, that was Shane Woods, who made a very good break there. Had nowhere to go, running towards the touchline very quickly. Down it goes now to Osborne. Now he finds Harry Blucher. Blucher makes a bit of a break. He's 10 out. Links up there with one of the forwards going close towards the line who can't offload. And now he does offload. The referees pick something up there, awarded a penalty. Watch for the quick tap to Barkey. Out it goes now to 15. They offload. It's a hot potato. There's the hooter gone. Longreach have it.
Aaron Roberts has cleaned it
all
up.
Over. Aaron Roberts cleans up the beans. It's all over here. And Longreach have defeated Barcaldine in the Musgrave Trophy by 22 points to 8 after they led.
DJ's trophies and T-shirts, Bird Ball, in a thrilling game of rugby league. You wouldn't be too pleased.
Yes, please. our senior rep on the podium. On your Victor. Oh, you didn't get it, Victor. Just like to say congratulations to Marky. Our boys done their best, but we just weren't good enough for our team today. Anyway, we'll live the fight next year. We get down to the A grade now. Our sponsor in the Central West, as you know, is the Walker family from Cumberland. And I'd like to ask James Walker to present these trophies.
Get her up, ready.
Champions of the Central Western Rugby League for 1994.
Get it, don't forget. Put her up again. Repeat later.
Boys put a great effort this year. Coach, staff, Phil Mitchell and the rest. Congratulations to the reserve grade. Undefeated all season. The Wayne and the Longreach side. Bad luck, fellas. See you next year. Thanks to the crowd.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a few more trophies here. This trophy is the Now Harden Memorial. And it's for the A grade with the best for and against.
I'd just like to thank Marky's side. They tried hard all year, and it was a good effort to come away with a win today. Bad enough to Longreach, they've pressured us all year. Thanks for a lot of good time, fellas.
I have one more trophy to present. And then I'll hand you over to Bert. I'm sure he's got something to say. Ladies and gentlemen, the best and fairest player in the Central West. Is Harry Lynch.
Thanks to everyone that's decided on this award. There's plenty of other blokes in the Central West worthy of this award. Well, thanks a lot anyway.
And once again, from the Central West Rugby League, I'd like to thank everyone in their support. And I'd like to hand the mic over to Bert.
ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like you all to put your hands together for the Central West this year and really put an effort in for David Hardy. Thanks a lot, David. Okay, being a man of very few words, I'm just going to stand here for an hour and tell you how we done it. I won't do that. But all this started 2 years ago. But I believe this year, Barcaldine was dropped because we started in the state league. Now Longreach came along with us and the other towns fell in. I believe the state league was the building block for Barcaldine's effort this year, and that was via the Central West effort. So you guys, probably the best footballers in the Central West, all standing around here in front of me, and you from the other towns that are here, get your backsides into gear and make yourselves eligible for that stuff.
It looked a little bit worse than what it was. The penalty is given, and Greg Barwick in the number 1 shirt will fine touch about 28 metres out from, 23 metres out from the opposition line. Craig Wilson gets inside the quarter. 0-0 after almost 3 minutes of play. North Sydney moving into centre field. Borromeo looks like he's recovered fairly well. Gone wide, that's Glenn Lydiard. Looking for a player to come inside. David Hall decided not to and runs into a brick wall there. Good defence there from Penrith. Matt Donovan Carter involved. Dummy half, Lydiard gets the ball back to his feet. Well, fairly ordinary play there from Norths. A lot of mistakes early on, and it wasn't the last tackle. Glenn Lydiard throwing the ball back inside, easily cleaned up by the Penrith team. Shane Vincent, another player to come from Parramatta this year to the Penrith club. John Cartwright, a great ball. Sensational ball around the corner to Ryan Girdler, and he has got some speed. Got him play on the outside, unmarked. Tommy Brown, well, great defence. Greg Barwick had 2 players to contend with, came up with the try saver. That's Girdler again. Picking up Brown. Scrambling defence from here from Norths. Penrith go wide. Carter, the flick over the top. That's gone forward. It's been ruled so. And the penalty given. I don't know how Penrith didn't score there, but great work from North Sydney. Greg Barwick, a marvellous job. Out with 2 tries, saved with tackles in the one movement.
So no score on the board. And the game being played at a cracking pace between the Panthers and the Bears. 3 minutes of the first half remaining. Solomon taking the tap. Gavin Jones goes ahead.